To begin, New Horizon is an unbiased survey tool for gathering the community consensus on AI ethics inquiries. By utilizing a similar approach to MIT's Moral Machine, which is a web game, and by mimicking popular choice-driven games like Until Dawn and Detroit Become Human, New Horizon will prompt users with AI ethics dilemmas and record the community response. We hope by expanding from an option-based dataset to more variables like time, perspective, and the overall response rather than a finalized answer, we may glean further insights into these AI ethics dilemmas. As for our primary objectives, the right use case diagram depicts the general functions of New Horizon, which boils down to two very important elements. First, the community statistics page, and second, the detailed statistics database, which will be available for clients which suggest testable AI ethics dilemmas. This means that we have to have client registration as well as access for the detailed database and documentation. Not only that, but we want them to have a data publicization vote, so that way clients have control over which detailed data goes on the community statistics page. We also need user registration, of course because we need to collect the data in the first place, but we also want membership, which allows users to see a little bit more than what they generally see. Overall, our system goals will account for management of deregistration, membership settings, and the overall interactions between the clients and the users and us.
Project status. Our team is currently working on the game, and we have our user interface ready to go. You can interact with our user interface going to the setting, contact us page, sign up, and statistic. Steps we took to develop from inception to prototypes. First, we used Trello to keep track of all the tasks we are doing. So each person will be assigned a task to work on, and for the prototype specifically, we each team member were asked to come up with their own prototype using Lucid chart. And once everyone have their version of prototype done, our team meets together to discuss and merge our ideas together, assemble a final prototype together, and use PowerPoint and Google Slides to track and present our progress. Each team member will be assigned a part of the slide to complete to put together everything we made. Lastly, we host weekly meeting with the team to make sure we are on progress and on the right track.
Communications and project management. As a team, we'd primarily use Discord as our main method of communication. We'd use Discord to help schedule meetings, and we'd also use Discord with a Trello board so we could get a good mapping of how our week would look like. Meetings were usually held every Sunday, and these meetings would be held over Google Meets. Our Trello board was also another way we managed our project. We'd primarily use our Trello board to document our project progression. Primary risk and risk mitigation strategy. During the course of our project, we've had to tackle what potential risks there might be. An example of a potential risk could be receiving an insufficient sample size. Maintaining a specific sample size is extremely important, considering we're talking about AI ethics. One way we can mitigate this risk is by ensuring that we receive data from a large population. Over the course of our project, we've had to face a lot of different challenges. Some examples of these challenges are divvying up work, scheduling meeting times, and overall just basic brainstorming and project planning. Luckily, these challenges weren't too hard to address. We were able to divvy up our work through the Trello board. We were able to communicate over Discord to schedule our next meeting times. Even though we struggled through each of these challenges and many more, we were able to properly address them.
In completing our project, our team learned quite a few skills that helped us organize our general work output. The first of which was Trello, which allowed us to divide our project into elements and make sure everyone was accountable for something and everything was done on time. Not only that, but we learned how to use Lucid Chart to create UI mockups so we could understand the general function of our application. We also learned how to use Slack and Discord to keep everyone connected and have weekly meetings to make sure everyone knew what they were doing and everything was on time and we knew any problems before they even occurred. Last, we used Microsoft PowerPoint and Google Slides, which allowed us to present our project to not only our class, but ourselves to make sure we were on board with what we were doing.
While doing this project, we faced some issues. The first one was scope creep. Since our project was so theoretical, determining who and what parties would use our application, what data New Horizon would collect and how, why our service was superior to previous data collection attempts were really hard questions to answer. Another problem was designing the interface because we all came from different design backgrounds. For the same reason, it was difficult to translate our PowerPoint prototype to GitHub IO pages. In the beginning, we all had different opinions on how to implement the app. And lastly, putting together comprehensive presentations was difficult. We think that combination of all those aspects make real-world challenges. We have integration issues, as it's really hard to make a big game as a web game. Feature overload and scope creep are really important problems that we don't know how to solve yet. And also, we didn't really figure out our alignment between sponsor and user needs. So, what advice or recommendations would you like to give to teams who want to start a similar project? All of them are connected with project management. First one is that you need to define your project scope, meaning objectives or where you see it finished, plus the deadlines and milestones. All of that can be done by breaking your project into small parts. Also, you need to define both team and individual responsibilities regarding these elements. Next one is communicate frequently and as soon as problems arise, and utilize all of the software at your disposal to streamline your project and presentations.
Hi, welcome to our project, New Horizon. New Horizon was made to make AIs better. So, starting off, when you press the go button, you see that there are two options. You could either go straight into the game, which is still coming soon, as we are still in development, or you could see the members of our group. So, in this website, though the game is not functional right now, we were able to implement a user system. So, users can go ahead and log in. It's their own account. So, once you're logged in, you have access to two new options. One, you have access to the statistics page. The statistics page is showing currently most of the users that are in our backend database. But you also have access to settings. Now this is where you can either choose to give us a little donation for all of our hard work, or you could choose to share your statistics or identify all information and notifications are coming soon. Once we press Save Changes, if we go back to our statistics, you'll see now there's a new user in there, the administrator. This is New Horizon, and we will be up later.